I was just a little too young to catch the Black Dome or the Ludlow Garage, but was there a difference? Could you see it? Because from my point of view, the music that was going on at the Black Dome, it's going on at Ludlow Garage. Also, going on at Reflections, and that too was, you had touring bands. You had some really big names coming through on a regular basis. I mean, even like Reflections, I remember I think the Allman Brothers played there, and Mahavishnu Orchestra played there. It was pretty heavy people. Which was typically just like a bar band kind of place, but there was really important acts at the Dome and Ludlow Garage was pretty similar in this programming.
Well, I mean, I think really the Dome kind of set the pace. That's where I got that. I was the director of the Hyde Park Teen Center around about that time, and that's where I started to get the music scene tickle, shall we say, and get ideas about getting involved in producing concerts and maybe doing a club. But the Dome, I think, was too small. The scene was growing, and to get groups of that caliber anymore, you had to have a bigger club, and that's one of the reasons why the garage got started, because the Black Dome was faltering, and in fact, one of the owners of the Black Dome came to work for me, and it may have sat 300, I don't know. I mean, maybe hanging off the ceiling, it might have been 350 or so, but the garage was 750, and hanging off the ceiling maybe 900. And there's also the scene, though, it was changing from Calhoun Street, McMillan Calhoun Street on the south side of campus was getting a little seedy. And when I started, came up with the idea for the garage, or a place, not the garage, but a place, I started looking around, and the more I looked around the south side of campus, I just didn't like the scene there. And my middle class values, kind of took me to Calhoun, to Ludlow. And what was interesting was that, I thought it was a really good idea, because I thought it was a little more settled there, shall we say. And the founding fathers of Clifton did not think that.
Yeah.
Their idea of sharing their space with hair and beards and the like, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, was not the same as mine. But what was interesting was that the Black Dome had no alcohol. And they lived and died on the basis of soft drinks and the cover, the ticket price. And I was going to do the same thing. And I didn't want alcohol, because I wanted the attention to be on the music. It was all about doing the music thing right, having the best sound system, the best acoustics, and the best atmosphere for listening to music. And to me, that time didn't include alcohol. But we had other things creeping into the picture as well. And in any event, I went looking up and down Ludlow, and the Ludlow Garage came into the picture because the guys who had another club on the south side of campus, near the Black Dome, across from the Black Dome, called Mug Club, that was a music scene. And a lot of Cincinnati, almost all local, but good bands there, and draft beer, and it was a very successful place, and they were bought out by the university. It was another reason for not going there, I thought, because the university was expanding in that direction, and it was less predictable. So they went to the other side of campus, to Ludlow Avenue, and bought the garage, the guys who owned the Mug Club. And they bought it because they were going to do another version of the Mug Club. It was going to be called Beef and Brew. They have draft beer and rock and roll. And same founding fathers of Clifton and a few others said, no, you're not, because we control the liquor license and we're not going to give you one, and they needed that to do what they were going to do. So they were stuck. They had bought this building and they didn't have a liquor license, and along comes Tarbell with, I don't need a liquor license. And so I saved the day for them by leasing the garage from them and opening the garage. And so it's basically an extension of what Black Dome had started, and some of what I was doing as the director of the Hyde Park Teen Center. And just a short list there would be Allman Brothers, Santana, 10 years after, Dr. John, Mouse Cooper, Bo Diddley. I've got I happen to be far. I don't have that poster with me, but I had it last week. Well, I don't know why I had it last week, but it was Alice Cooper, 10 years after. It's on the same bill. And Nat Lydia, I think, who was a local. We used to have a local group. And the next week, I think it was Allman Brothers, Zephyr, and what the hell's the name of that? It wasn't Roland Kirk, but it was anyway. That the garage, the list of people at the garage won't quit. But it was also, things were still moving very quickly, and in a short period of a couple of years, the cost of getting bands like that, it changed dramatically. The whole scene was shifting from small clubs to large arenas, and unless, like Bill Graham and a few others, you had the resources to and the desire to accede to larger venues, you went out of business. I had no interest in doing U.S. Bank Arena for music. It was all about the aesthetic experience for me. Maybe didn't make much business sense, but that's what it was. And so places like the garage went out of business, especially if you didn't have alcohol. Now, Lighthouse and Renaissance on the corner of Calhoun and Vine came into existence, and they survived maybe a little while longer because of alcohol sales. But they didn't survive very long either. And then Renaissance, Terry Hammett opened another similar kind of progressive rock club on 9th Street across from City Hall, 9th and Plum. I could have saved him the trouble if he had asked me, because that wasn't going to work. It was past due for that kind of thing to happen. It was a small club again. Didn't last very long.
It was a good size club.
Yeah, it was good size. So was Reflections in the Lighthouse, but a Renaissance. Mm-hmm. What's that? I don't know.
Well, I think I was 18 or something. I saw the great Mose Allison, and then he was with Monty Alexander. That was very heavy. And Dave Mason opened the club.
Right, that was a big deal.
That was
Dave
big.
Mason.
And great local groups. A group called Elberon. They used to play there a lot. We were talking about them.